Hi guys, I thought today I'd talk to you about a bit of a sombre subject, but basically about the death of film. Now, some of you may know, I work in a cinema, and for the past couple of years I've worked as a projectionist. Now, even before I worked there, I was doing a film studies course, and we talked about, because of the digital revolution, soon 35mm film or any kind of celluloid as a form of film exhibition will be made redundant. And at my work, it's coming to that point really. In the next couple of months we're going to have all our projectors digital. We're halfway there at the minute, but soon the 35mm projectors we use will be a thing of the past. It's quite sad really. It's almost like a form of nostalgia now. I mean, film's only been around, what, 100 years? Something like that. So it shows how quickly the times are changing. I mean, from the introduction of sound, introduction of colour film, and now actually do away with film completely. So I've enjoyed my time working with 35mm film. Certainly it was nice to have something physically there to touch, to actually splice the reels together. In the olden days you would have had like lots of small reels. You'd had to physically change the reels as the film was running, whereas now we got to that point where we have this platter system, so we have like lots of plates and you can make the film up on one reel and it will run itself through a motor through the projector and then back onto an empty platter and roll back round on a ring in the middle, so that it starts off again and you can just keep going like that. So kind of like a CD, and all the reels wind back onto the same plate. And that's a bit difficult to explain. If I could, I would take a video into my work and I would show you, but they're a bit funny about that sort of thing. I'm sorry for the blankness of my walls. I mean, I do get a few movie posters now and again from work, and banners and stuff, but most of them are too big for my walls, and I did have some up but they came off. I got a nice Owls of Ga'Hoole poster, because that's a good digital CGI one if you've seen it. I mean, it's a simple sort of hero story with owls, but the CGI is wonderful, a lot of slow motion and things like that. But as I say, a lot of stories will, you know, not be quite the same. A lot of the old films are getting remade digitally, remastered, being transferred. It's certain permanence to it. You've not okay, you could delete it probably, but ultimately the copy will always be the same. It will never deteriorate. Like some films, you can see so much scratching and wear. That's kind of a bit of the magic, a bit of the old, again, the old nostalgia going, that when you look up you won't see any imperfections in the film. It kind of gives it a character. It makes the films almost individual in their own way, even if the film's the same as the actual story it's playing. So yeah, that's kind of about it really. Eventually it'll all be digital. Who knows what the next stage is? I mean, you're getting television and home theatre systems adopting digital 3D soon. You may not even need to go to the cinema. I think we're a long way off from that yet. Ultimately, when projection all becomes digital, there'll be no or less need for the human aspect in film exhibition. So I'm not going to be out of a job. It just means I'll be back down to serving popcorn and tickets, which probably means that'll be a time to move on. It's not a well-paid job, but it's something that I quite like doing. And to all the projectionists out there, you know, it's been good working with you all, and I hope we enjoy many more films together in whatever medium they take. So with that, I'll say ta-ta.